Hello everyone, today we are talking about how the police are no longer trying to hide their corruption in San Jose. The San Jose Police Department is going above and beyond to make sure that only certain people have rights. In the past, we've thought that this was more so an issue with the Santa Clara Sheriff's Department, but it seems as if law enforcement in the entirety of the San Jose area has just completely decided to give up on hiding what their true intentions are. Today, we're talking about the CCW permit policies that have been put in place by the San Jose Police Department. I want to say thank you to the reload.com for making me aware of this. I get a lot of news sources, or have a lot of news sources that I get a lot of information from, and the Reload is often a great one. If you're in the state of California, or just you're into guns in general, wherever you are, you're probably aware of the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin lawsuit, which changed up concealed carry restrictions nationwide. What this meant was that no longer was a issuing agency like a sheriff's department allowed to deny someone a concealed carry permit because they did not have a good cause. Because apparently living in a bad area and wanting to be able to protect yourself was not good cause. Just call the police, right? They're super not corrupt. They'll always be there for you. Don't worry about it. So, in the state of California, previously in Santa Clara County, Sheriff Lori Smith was definitely not taking bribes in the form of $40,000 worth of iPads and Sharks tickets, and definitely not taking bribes for CCWs. She definitely was not doing that. It had nothing to do with her no longer being the sheriff. Definitely nothing like that. Well, that was the rumor that went around, was that many people believed that people would have to bribe Sheriff Lori Smith in order to get a CCW. She's not the sheriff anymore. Great. However, what many counties, what many sheriff's departments, and what many police departments since Bruin have done is test the waters with what they can get away with. And San Jose Police Department has instituted a $1,300 fee. Yes, you heard me right. $1,300 to get a CCW. Now, you might be thinking, $1,300. That probably includes the ammo, the training, the psych eval, all that stuff, right? No, that $1,300 is just a fee that you throw at the San Jose Police Department. 20% of it is due before you start the application, or at the point that you start the application. The rest of it is due at the end, meaning that 20% of that you might not get back because who knows when they're actually going to issue a permit. Now, if you want to know what you can do to fight this stuff, I highly recommend that you stay tuned with what the CRPA is up to. A great way to do that would be to follow me on Twitter. Post a lot of stuff that they're doing over there. Also follow the CRPA in general. Now, $1,300. That goes to San Jose Police Department. If you or someone you know is in the San Jose Police Department, let them know that they can kiss my ass. The San Jose Police Department is being completely corrupt with this. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. $1,300 is absolutely ridiculous. All they are doing, now $1,300, again, does not cover fingerprinting, does not cover the psych evaluation fee, which can be up to $150, does not include the 16 hours, that's 2 full days of training on the range and in a classroom. That does not include any of the other fees associated, any of the ammo, any of the time that you're gonna have to get off of work. $1,300 just for some clerk in San Jose Police Department to look at a piece of paper that you submitted online and go, that guy spelt his name right, it appears. Does that seem like it costs $1,300? Look, I know we're living in an era of defund the police, right? But civil rights, the right for a person to protect themselves included in that, civil rights are not a cash cow for them. That is not a place for them to make money, let alone discussing which departments were actually cut and which departments are funded in certain ways. Just in general, I understand that some of the struggles that police are going through are real and valid. I understand it, but my civil rights are not where you should be getting your money. The CRPA, the California Rifle and Pistol Association, is currently suing LA and Laverne, 2 different jurisdictions, in lawsuits due to long wait times and high permitting fees in general. As soon as the CRPA is successful in those lawsuits, which they will be, as soon as they're successful in those lawsuits, it'll allow them to have more opportunity for you to potentially be a plaintiff in a future lawsuit if you live in San Jose. So if you want to join the CRPA, I would highly recommend you do so. The CRPA would likely then in the future continue to establish case law through multiple lawsuits, preventing them from getting away with things like this. So if you want to know how to fight, that's how you do it. That's one way to do it. Get signed up, become a member of the CRPA, let them know that you're interested in being a plaintiff in a case like this in the future. I myself am a plaintiff in 2 lawsuits, the Bolin versus Bonta handgun lawsuit and the May versus Bonta lawsuit against sensitive spaces, which would have meant that you would not have been able to carry anywhere, but thankfully we got an injunction in that, and thankfully we got some new handguns added to the roster because of the Bolin versus Bonta lawsuit. It's very clear what their intentions are, but at this point I think a lot of people are probably asking themselves, should I even bother getting a concealed carry weapons permit? I think that's a question that you're going to have to ask yourself. It's going to depend on a lot of things. Your financial status, how long you have to wait. Many people are being put in a situation due to long wait times where they have to choose, do I not carry a gun for 14, 16 months? Or do I illegally carry a firearm while I'm waiting to get my permit? A lot of people are being forced to make those choices. I am not going to make those choices for you. If you are choosing to go the route of non-compliance, I highly recommend that you understand what it is that you're getting into. A lot of people throw around the fact that it's, oh, just 2 misdemeanors. Sometimes. Now, I'm not a lawyer, this is not legal advice, but it's very easy for a situation where you are carrying a gun without a permit in the state of California to turn into a felony based on a variety of factors. So do your research, understand what you're doing. I'm never going to advise for you to break the law. I'm just going to give you information so that you can make a choice on what it is you want to do. I'm not telling you to follow the law. I'm not telling you to break the law. I'm not telling you to fart. I'm not telling you to sneeze. I'm not telling you to breathe. Do whatever it is that you want to do as long as you're not hurting anybody. Now, if you live in the state of California and you are looking for a good place to shoot and are in the Southern California area, I highly recommend that you check out Route 66 Shooting Sports Park down in San Bernardino, California. Check them out. They have a lot of great training there. They do a lot of courses. They have a lot of guest instructors. Personally, I have taken a class with Mike Glover, which was actually very fun. I took one of his low-light handgun classes. I learned a lot about how to use a handgun weapon light in ways that I had not typically thought of in the past. Nothing crazy, but just gave me a good general understanding of how to use light. But they host a lot of great instructors down there, like Kyle Manzano, who is opening up a range in San Jose, which if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that that is something that is of interest to you. So check them out. Check out Route 66. Check out my buddy Kyle Manzano. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.